The shadows of justice. In the small, misty town of Maplewood, where the ever-present fog seemed to cling to secrets, Detective Sam Hargrove had seen his fair share of chilling cases. Yet none unnerved him quite like the haunting memories of the Green River Killer, Gary Ridgway, who had terrorized the nearby Seattle area for decades. Even in the quietude of Maplewood, echoes of the past rippled through the townspeople as remaining families of victims sought closure. A decade had passed since Ridgway's capture, but the recent identification of more victims through advanced forensic techniques had reignited curiosity and horror alike. Sam had followed every update intently, but it was a call from his old partner, Detective Elise Morgan, that brought him out of his reverie. "Sam, you need to come to the station." Elise's voice carried urgency. "We've got a cold case that might lead back to Ridgway. I think it's something we can't ignore." With his heart racing, Sam made his way to the station, the weight of those unsolved crimes heavy on his mind. He remembered Tammy Lyles, a girl who vanished in 1983, and Lorianne Razpotnik, who had slipped away under circumstances that left more questions than answers. As he entered the precinct, Elise was poring over files at her desk, her fingers dancing across the keyboard. "Look at this," she said, turning her screen towards him. 35 years ago, another girl disappeared, Annie Rivers. She vanished on her way home from school." He squinted at the faded photo of the girl, a dark-haired teen with a disarming smile. "Why haven't we looked into this before?" he asked, his spine tingling with discomfort. "We did, but we never connected the dots until now," she replied, shifting papers until she revealed an old newspaper clipping that declared Annie officially missing. It contained a young girl's face surrounded by desperate words from her family pleading for anyone with information to come forth. Annie was last seen around the same area where Ridgway picked up a lot of his victims. "We should run her DNA through the new forensic genealogy databases. It's a chance we can't miss." Though skeptical, Sam couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. Why had it taken so long? Something deeper was lurking beneath the surface. Public fear, personal histories, and an aging detective's unwavering commitment to justice. Days turned to weeks, and the case progressed faster than Sam had anticipated. And yet, with each lead they followed, Sam felt shadows grow darker. Old acquaintances from his past began to surface, each bringing fragments of memories that threatened the stability of his carefully constructed life. One evening, as he prepared to call it a day, a familiar face entered the station. A girl he had known long ago, one who had survived the perils of a town marked by tragedy. Sarah Hughes, a local journalist, approached with a hesitance that resonated with Sam's own doubts. "Sam, I heard about your investigation into Annie. There's something you should know," she began, her voice barely a whisper. "What is it?" Sam responded, his intuition stirring. "It's time I come clean," she said, hesitating before meeting his eyes. "I was with Annie the day she disappeared." As Sarah recounted the details of that fateful day, a storm brewed outside. "We had left a local diner in high spirits. She was excited about a concert. But as we walked home, she suggested splitting up to get home quicker. I'll never forget her face. She was scared near the end." Scared, the word looped through Sam's mind. "Did you see anyone? A van? A stranger?" he pressed, eager for clarity. I thought I saw someone watching, but I was too young to understand what it meant. My instincts told me to run, to hurry home." Her voice quaked as she spoke. With newfound determination, Sam rallied his investigation team to revisit every lead while the nature of Sarah's disclosure swirled in Mam's mind. Old files from the station revealed a dubious character, one who frequented the same haunts as Annie, a truck driver known for his dark connections. Days turned to sleepless nights as Sam's relentless pursuit heightened tensions around town. Neighbors began to question his motives, and even his closest friends grew wary of the ghosts he stirred from the depths of history. One evening, after a particularly grueling day, Sam sat in his car parked outside the diner where Annie and Sarah had seemingly shared their last moments. The air was thick with rain, and doubt crept in as he weighed his choices. Then, a commotion broke through the night. Voices raised in argument leaked from an alley behind the diner. Sam's instincts kicked in. He grabbed his flashlight and headed towards the noise. What he found was a confrontation between local youths and a solitary older man, their voices laced with aggression. "Leave me alone! I didn't do anything!" the man pleaded. As he approached, recognition struck him as he caught the man's eyes, the very town of his own truck driver with a murky reputation. "Hey, what's going on here?" Sam demanded, stepping into the bright beam of his light. The boys scattered, leaving the man alone, sweat trickling down his brow. "Detective, it's nothing, just a misunderstanding." "Is it?" Sam pressed. "You don't have to be scared of me." "Why should I trust you? You're just like the rest," he spat, eyes fiery with resentment. "I'm here to find out what happened to Annie Rivers." In disbelief, the man stumbled back. "Annie? It's been years. I didn't do anything." Panicked, he stumbled away into the shadows, feet scrambling. "Stay right there!" Sam shouted, but it was too late. Following the echo of receding footsteps, he raced after him. He needed answers, a confession to bind the fragments of uncertainty that plagued his mind. Down the alley, they weaved through the underbelly of town until reaching an old derelict warehouse where nothing but darkness lay. The air thickened, carrying the dissonant age of time. Sam pushed into the murky depths, heart pounding. "Tell me," Sam demanded, the tension spiraling faster than he could contain. The man trembled in the corner, a shiver skirting up his spine as the remnants of haunted memories glinted in his eyes. "Fine, fine! I saw her. I tried to help, but they made me stay quiet." Suddenly, the obscurity of indifference slipped, unveiling a torrent of hidden truths. "Who? Who made you quiet?" Sam shouted, gripping the man's collar as he backed into a stack of old crates. "It wasn't just one. There were two. They drove a dark van." The air thickened with revelations, like a storm brewing on the horizon. Sam's throat tightened as shadows danced eerily around him, illuminating a past long buried. But just as clarity appeared on the verge of breaking through the dark cloud, another sound pierced the silence, a faint echo of laughter that sent shivers down his spine. "Sheriff's office!" shouted a voice as a light burst into the warehouse. Sam froze, his heart racing. Men in uniform descended upon him. "What's going on here? Sam, you all right?" It was Elise, her expression frantic. "Call it in! We're close!" He tried to push through the chaos, but the weight of law enforcement pulled him back, catching the truck driver and sealing any chance of unraveling the truth right then. Over the following days, the small town buzzed with rumors and whispers as the dark underbelly of Maplewood began to surface like a ghost from the past. Old cases were reopened, and threads of deception intertwined in the lives of those who thought their secrets left buried. However, as new truths collided with the doubts of the present, Sam couldn't shake the feeling that his own past was trying to reach him. Days turned to weeks, and as the case unfolded, dark revelations about friends and foes came to light. Sam and Elise worked tirelessly, pushing boundaries and digging into the hidden labyrinth of Maplewood's history. They discovered plots, multitudes of crime that scattered through time like echoes that could never fully settle. Finally, during a dramatic confrontation within the very walls of his own precinct, Sam faced the man who had been telling the truth all along, the truck driver. Revealing new evidence linking him to more than just Annie's disappearance left Sam reeling yet determined. Conversations turned to confessions. Old allies turned enemies trickled into the courtroom, seeking the fragile balance of justice. As the trial began, Maplewood held its breath. The past no longer lingered silently. As Sam stared into the eyes of the defendant, he pondered over the tangled threads woven so tightly